All right, and we're live. Hey, everybody, welcome back to episode 26 of the Multiverse Podcast with the crew, the main three, the big three, the trifecta of Multiverse Podcast here today with my main man, my co-host, my foundation of this podcast, Fame Entertainment.
What's going on, people? Fame Entertainment from the Inner Circle. And once again, you guys, welcome to the greatest podcast on a Monday. It's not even close. It's a 1-2 knockout punch when it comes to the Multiverse Podcast. Thank you guys once again for being here with us. We actually have Undead here, which I'm completely shocked about today, but I'm happy that he's here. As always, we have a giveaway going. Make sure you guys go in the description down below and enter to win Gears of War 4 because, man, that thing is looking beautiful.
And also today we have Undead back with the children's. How you guys doing?
Oh, we're doing good. Good to be back on podcast. Been having a hard time hitting podcasts consistently with a newborn, as you can hear struggling away in the background. So back here to talk about games, comics, and anything else that comes up.
All right. Just talking about that. But yeah, as we had released today, as been teased all weekend, Gears of War 4's gameplay trailer finally dropped today. And Fame, I know you're super excited about this. Why don't you let us know about this trailer?
Basically, dude, the trailer was amazing, but I'm still, like we talked before the show, and I'm still hyped to see Coltrane is in the game. I mean, even if I know he probably won't be a playable character, but just to see him in the game, if you guys look at my YouTube background, you guys talk to me, you guys know my infatuation with Coltrane. I immediately got hyped when I saw the Coltrane, but dude, the game looks absolutely amazing. And then for the story to go on, and you hear old man Marcus talking, it really, really draws you in. And like, I'm really excited for this game, man. The trailer was absolutely amazing. I think Microsoft did a spot on, with how they are presenting this game, and I just can't wait, man. It's definitely going to be one of my games of the year, no doubt. I didn't have this much hype before, but I definitely have it now. So I'm so excited.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Undead?
I only started playing Gears of War this year, so I just finished wrapping up all three now, and honestly, I didn't think I would get this into it, but that trailer is just so well done. It was one of those, you feel the hair on the back of your neck raise about halfway through, and it was just absolutely beautiful. Really well done, and the song choice was really well done as well.
And that's actually one point I was going to talk about a little earlier, because Gears of War has traditionally had very good, when it comes to music choice, little things like that. I've always really dug it. It's always been really interesting to me what they choose. Like, that was the introduction I had to Mad World as a song. And it's great. They did a good job. They did Nothing Else Matters, it played out pretty good. They showed a little bit more. I don't know if they call it a gameplay trailer, but I didn't see that much gameplay. Did you guys see any?
No, I didn't.
No, that seemed like really...
I'm getting some feedback. Is that from me? Who's that from?
I don't know. I just said Nick. Nick, did you drop?
Nope. I should be all right. I think I'm good.
All right. Sorry. Yeah, go ahead. I'm dead.
Yep. Sorry.
You were saying something?
No, sorry. I'm dropping right now. Give me a sec.
All right.
So, yes.
The awkward silence of the show. Our apologies, people. Our apologies. These things happen. We are human. And do I need to go on camera to prove to you guys that I am not eating dinner today? We're human, people. These things happen.
Yep, definitely, man. I don't know. Going back to the talk of the trailer, I was really digging this trailer. I didn't think there was enough gameplay, warrant calling it one. But it looks like it's, I don't want to call it like a natural progression of Gears, but it looks like they're doing an expansion of Gears in terms of the gameplay. Like, they're not just going to be running around from place to place doing that sort of stuff. It looks like they're introducing mechs, which is a odd choice. But yeah, like as you brought up earlier, Coltrane's going to be in this, so the nostalgia factor is now in full swing, which I find to be decent. And I like the fact that they're not just walking out everyone necessarily, but I don't know, some games, they, like, especially of franchises that were big a while ago, it's hard for them to translate that into a modern setting that doesn't just exploit the nostalgia factor. And it was a smart move of them to try to establish, okay, here's JD, here's the other characters, here's who they are before that, and then at E3 to show, okay, this is Marcus. And this is, like, Marcus is back. And now they're showing Coltrane briefly. And I think that's smart.
Yeah, it is. Oh, welcome back, Nick.
Sorry, I just had to unplug and replug.
Right.
Yeah, I think when you have something you can relate to, it's a lot easier. Like when you make a game that's set in the future and you're trying to introduce a new set of characters so you can move the franchise forward, having a grasping point or older characters that you loved through the first couple of games and making them have, whether, like, we don't know how big of a role like Marcus and Coltrane are going to play in the actual game, but when you have that point of reference, you can go, oh, that's cool because I played 1, 2, and 3 and those were like my main guys through that, and that's really cool to have them in the game. But then you can grow and learn to love the new characters and hopefully develop that same kind of connection that you have with the old characters, so you can have a new set of stories, adventures, and everything else.
Mm-hmm. But, well, because we know with Marcus, he's going to be the 4th member of Delta Squad. So, I mean, he is a pretty large role in the game, at least I'd assume. If you look through what the cutscenes and such, they show a good chunk of him. Yeah, so.
Interesting.
Anyway, we won't go too much farther into it. But I want to talk about another topic here, largely relating to the PlayStation 4 Pro, which we talked about on last week's podcast. Or did we? I think we talked about mods on last week's podcast.
We went on mods, yeah.
Yeah, we went for mods instead. But so the PlayStation Pro got announced. Kind of a mixed bag when it came to the announcement. Some people love it, some people hate it. Some people are in between. Some people really don't know. But one of the major selling points of the PlayStation 4 Pro was that they would be updating older games to be Pro compatible, I guess, is maybe the correct term. Basically, they were going to say that old games were going to get updates to enable certain features. So, like, if you got a PlayStation 4 Pro, and let's say, hypothetically, you got Infamous Second Son, it would be you would get an update to the game. So if you had a 1080p TV, they'd update certain features of it that you would be able to see on a 1080p TV. But if you had a 4K TV, they would also bump that up to 4K. You'd be able to play with that kind of stuff too. So one of the things they didn't really talk about, though, was whether or not how third parties were going to feel about this and if they were going to do anything about it. And now we have another major. I don't know. I don't think we should call them major because, I mean, CD Projekt Red really only makes one game that I know of, and now a second game with Cyberpunk 2077. But we don't know how that's going to fly in the larger scheme. But this is they've announced that they will not be making a PlayStation 4 Pro patch for Witcher 3, and this is I think this kind of throws a monkey wrench in the works in terms of, like, the fact that Sony isn't pushing the third party guys to actually do this. Kind of takes away the push to go get a Pro, because it looks like it might just be first party games that are going to do that, which PlayStation has a pretty good variety of first party games, so it might be worth it just for the first party updates. But if there's no incentive for third parties to even do this, because, like, this is all free for them. Like, it's not, they don't get any benefit of doing this. They're not making any more money from this unless Sony is paying them, which I don't think they are.
Yeah,
to update these games. Go ahead.
With the PlayStation Pro, like, that whole system that they have in place for that is not developer friendly, because the developer, Sony's either going to have to kick them back money for it or something, because, like, the actual developer's not going to make any more money. Because, like, if I'm designing a game right now and I'm making it a multi-plat, why would I bother making a PS4 Pro version when the regular version of my game is going to run on the PS4 Pro? And if someone owns a Pro, they're going to buy my game anyway. So where's the incentive for me to make it exclusively upscaled to 4K for the PS4 Pro? There's no incentive at all unless Sony's paying me so they can get this. It makes no sense for third-party developers. Like first-party developers, I can see it. Like Naughty Dog saying that they were going to do everything in 4K now and everything else. That makes sense. They only develop games for Sony. So that 100% makes sense that they would have PS4 Pro versions. But like, Call of Duty's gonna have a pro version, I believe. They were one of the studios on there, but Activision's got a marketing deal with Sony, so that of course makes sense that they'd have a pro version. But the list of games that are going to be pro version, I think you're going to find is very minimal, and people are way overhyping this more than it should be for upscaled 4K.
Yeah. What about you, Fame?
I don't know. I think it's weird for a company not to do. I mean, but it makes sense to the fact that if they're not making money off of it, why would they? I could see if they tried to, I don't know, make I hate to use this word, or remaster, where they will make money off of doing the work, but they're going to do all this extra work, but won't make any money off of it. So I understand where they're coming from. I'll be the same way. I'm not going to go back into this game, work, and I not get any benefit from it. People are not going to all of a sudden now go buy The Witcher 3 because it's upscale 4K. It doesn't make any sense.
And that's the thing, though. I mean, it's the games that are going to come out later. I think Sony can push the developers to make a PlayStation 4 Pro version because it'll push the sale of that it'll push the sales for people on the Pro to buy it. But at the same time, it's mostly the games that are already out now. Like the games for the last 3 years that have already been released, there's no incentive for them to go back and update them for a pro version. And that's what I see the problem as. Like I think it's going to create a divide and like, okay, this is the pre-pro games and these are the post-pro games. And there's going to be a clear divide in between. And I think that's actually that might be how Sony pushes people to buy the pro. Saying if you want the best looking experience, you gotta buy the Pro, and it's like creating a mini console division.
I think for the most part, most of their games that are going to be, upscale to 4K will be their first party games. I just don't see developers of their older games, like I said before, doing this. It'd be their first party in-house games. Technically, it'd be The Last of Us remastered, and and other games going for
remastered.
Remastered and upscale 4K. I just don't see the incentives for devs to go and do this. And that's one of the things I liked about Microsoft is when they launch a Scorpio, they've already said that they already have developers. Basically they're going to bring over the PC version of these games over to the Scorpio. So that means everything on the Scorpio, would already be like this. So hoping games going forward, some developers will, but it'll be interesting to see who does and who doesn't make this leap.
Yeah, I think that's going to be an interesting thing to do. Like, I want to see how Bethesda falls out. And that was a pun. That was intentional. I want to see what they do. I mean, Bethesda loves to make sure their games look pretty damn decent. And they're willing to jump on new technology. I mean, they jumped on VR. So, I mean, it's interesting. I want to see how they fall down. I want to see what Rockstar does, if Rockstar's going to do it. But we all know how Rockstar does stuff. You can't pressure Rockstar to do anything. They're going to do what they're going to do.
Yeah, I was going to say, I laugh because, like, at E3, it was like, oh, Rockstar's going to be on Sony's stage. Then that passed, and then it was like, oh, Rockstar is going to be on the PlayStation Experience stage, and that didn't happen either. Rockstar is never going to show up in an exclusive event. They don't care. They know if they have they know that whatever they release is going to sell like hotcakes on both consoles. They do not care at all.
Yeah, I think if you expect them to be there, they're probably not going to be there.
Pretty much. Rockstar's just that guy. It's like, hey, you want to hang out on Sunday? Yeah, sure. Doesn't show up. Oh, okay. Yeah, well, we'll do the thing on Tuesday. Oh, okay.
Yeah, because what you do, you forgive them because when they show up, you know it's going to be a good time.
Yeah. All right. So a couple things I want to go into. This is our topic for the evening. Now, for those of you that are wondering, one of my favorite Marvel characters of all time is She-Hulk. I have always had a thing for She-Hulk because she's one of the few characters that is not an idiot necessarily. Because one of the things I always found really stupid about characters is they either get pigeonholed into one of two categories. They're either the strong leader who has all this, like who's kind of brash in this weird position, like a Captain America type, but they're not really good with technology and they're not that smart. Or you run into like a Tony Stark type where it's like, oh, I'm a tech head, I'm arrogant, I'm all that kind of stuff. And that's one of those things I really didn't like. But I like She-Hulk. Specifically, there's a run in between where she gets stuck in her She-Hulk form for a while and she has to live with it. And she has to be a lawyer because she trained to be a lawyer. And it's her doing her lawyering responsibilities and being smart, and at the same time having a brain and showing leadership qualities. And it's something I really enjoyed with the character for a while, and I really grew attached to that specific run of comics. And it's been kind of weird for a while because she hasn't really surfaced for Marvel Comics since then. She's just been kind of sitting in the background. She doesn't do much. But we have some news about what's going to happen this December with She-Hulk. I'm going to read you. I'm looking at an article right now. In there's a mild spoiler for what the events of Civil War II, which is currently, I think, still running. I'm not positive just yet. In one of the battles, She-Hulk becomes really injured against a fight with Thanos. And later on, when she wakes up from that coma, she finds out Bruce Banner was killed. I'm not going to go into specifics, but it was a Civil War battle. And Jen gets really pissed off because it's her cousin. That's how she got her powers. And she kind of goes unstable. It's a complete reversal of the run I mentioned earlier where she was in control and smart. And they're basically saying that she will be taking over the title as Hulk from now on. Since Hulk is dead, she will be the new Hulk.
What?
Yep.
Whoa, that's... Wow.
I don't know how to feel about that, fam.
And I'll let you guys talk about it before I tell you guys what I think.
Dude, because honestly, I've never had any interest in the character of She-Hulk. Nothing negative, but nothing really positive. Just not a character I really follow. But the Hulk is an iconic figure. I'm all for the way comics are going, switching things up. You know, Iron Man is now Iron. What is it, Maiden or what is it? Ironheart. There's Ironheart now. I get it, you know, switching things up, but you know, it's just not for me. I'm sorry. I've never had any interest, you know, in She-Hulk, her background, her story, what she's. I've never had the interest of it, and the Hulk, I think, hasn't got the respect that it should have gotten up to this point as a character. Bruce Banner, I think. The character stuff, yeah, you've seen it in different movies, but it hasn't really got the respect that it deserves as a character. In my personal opinion, I know a lot of comic books have like, yeah, he's got plenty of respect, but I don't think this is a time where you should be switching things up like that, honestly. But that's just me. I don't really care about She-Hulk. I guess I'm biased. Biased media, right?
Yeah. What about you, Nick?
I'm biased because I'm not a huge fan of the Marvel universe. So,
okay.
But Hulk has always been like a favorite of mine. That like some of the like Hulk comics is some of the ones that I used to steal from my cousins, and I really enjoyed them. Like I know very little about She-Hulk at all, but for them to go and like basically, well, they did. They killed Hulk and then brought in She-Hulk as like the replacement kind of deal. That, you know, if they want to take it in a different direction, that's cool because like I don't really keep up with it. But like how much of a backlash that's going to have is I don't know. I don't know how people will handle that because a lot of people are really set in how they think comics should go and how characters should develop or et cetera, et cetera. So should be interesting either way.
Now, I actually disagree with you guys. I like it. I like it a lot because one of the things, this also comes from because I actually read the She-Hulk comics, is that she, for the longest time, like I said, she basically got her powers and she doesn't Hulk out. Like, she doesn't lose her mental faculties. She stays cognitive. She is Jennifer Walters the entire time, but she has the super strength. And one of the things she's always been afraid of is losing control, where the events around her basically make her, and they call it her hulking out, her really, really hulking out. And it's only happened one time that I know of, and that was when, what was it, Scarlet Witch was warping reality so she would hulk out. And it wasn't by her own choice to do so, and it wasn't like actually anything. She was manipulated to do so. And, you know, with reality altering characters, it's not really a valid point. But it's one of those things where she's always been afraid of losing control, and now she's going to be put in a position where I think she will. And a Hulk with a brain is something to be very afraid of. Because you guys know how it is. Hulk only gets taken down because there's someone smarter who could beat him, and that's it. Like, it's not because they're stronger; it's because they're smarter. And now you have a Hulk who, for all intents and purposes, is just like one, like not as strong as Hulk, but is pretty high up there. It's definitely a contender who now knows mixed martial arts and is smart enough to, you know, pass a legal bar exam. And that's a dangerous combination. I'd love to see the damage because I feel like this is a revenge story. Because like I said, this is Civil War. One side actually decides to kill Hulk. And this is most likely going to be a revenge plot of her going after the people who did so. And I kind of want to see what kind of damage she does.
Brains plus muscle usually equals a deadly combination.
Mm-hmm. And trained.
Yeah, that's a lot more in depth than Hulk smash, unfortunately.
Yeah. I mean, brute force can do a lot, but if you know how to apply like a Hulk, imagine like, okay, you applied a Hulk punch to a pressure point.
No, I'm just sitting there thinking, like, is this going to turn into, like, if she knows, like, mixed martial arts and stuff, are we going to see her, like, you know, we're going to see, like rear naked choke on, like, Iron Man at some point? Like, the amount of stupidity that could happen from it would just be absolutely great. But, no, it could be a really, really cool thing. Like I said, it depends how they choose to develop it, because that's the thing, is you can gift writers a absolutely amazing character, and then they can absolutely write it into the ground, unfortunately. So It's just wait and see, right?
Yeah. And the other thing is, though, I like the fact that she's not just some random person who just gets, you know, just thrown into the position, and it's like, all right, what happened? Like, I hate when they do that, where it's like the thing with Riri Williams in the Ironheart thing. It's kind of like, who is this? Like, you're trying to build this character off of Iron Man, but we have no idea who this is. And sometimes it's a gamble if you don't do it correctly. But She-Hulk's been around in comics for over 30 years. I mean, people know her. They know her. The comic heads know her very well. And it's like, yeah, her taking over the Hulk mantle is actually pretty fair. It was kind of like when Sam Wilson took over as Captain America. Because it was like, yeah, Falcon and Cap have been working together for years. It's not a big issue. I'm fine with that. So, that's my thoughts about that. So,
yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm just gonna say yeah. Move on, because I can go off ever about my dislike for the character, but yeah, we can move on.
Yeah. All right. So just checking out one of the things. I'm also checking out the chat. Hey, everybody who's checking on by. We'll answer some of the questions towards the end of the show, just for fun, I guess. But one of the last topics we want to talk about tonight, at least one of the last planned topics, is something that actually happened a week ago and kind of got overshadowed by the PlayStation Pro and a couple other things that occurred. So this is one thing that I wanted to talk about. It's about Ark Survival Evolved. And Ark Survival Evolved was initially planned to release, I think it was either June or July of this year, which, as you've noticed, has not. It has not been released yet. It actually missed its date. They actually delayed the game, I think, until December of this year. And just last week or so, they announced the coming of a DLC pack available now called Scorched Earth. It's a completed DLC pack for a game that is in game development. It's not officially released. It's not complete, but they have a completed DLC pack for it.
For Ark.
For Ark, which is not a standalone game. You have to buy Ark to be able to play. It is DLC. And this is a bit concerning because people were wondering, hey, I thought you guys were going to finish the game.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. This would piss me off.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, I'm one of the people. I bought Ark, and I don't want to say I regret buying it because I don't play it. I just don't like how slow it is, and I just want to see how a game that's in, game preview. Oh, we're working on we're not going to complete the game, finish 100%. We're going to keep it in a game preview, but guess what? We got some DLC coming for y'all. That's complete BS.
I can understand if it was free. If it was a free update,
oh yeah,
sure, go on ahead. I'm totally down with that. Like, they also announced that they were adding something called Primitive Plus, which for those of you guys that play Ark, it's basically a harder version of the game. You have more engrams you can have. It's harder to do so. They make the game. It makes it a lot more fun. It makes it so you can't be a jack of all trades and you have to be in a tribe with someone else. I like the game. It's a lot of fun. I've been playing Primitive Plus a lot lately, but it's not. Or the Scorched Earth is not a part. It's not something that's free. You have to buy it, and it's making me wonder. Like, all right, you guys clearly had a sub team that was working on Scorched Earth. What if you actually applied those people who, like, if they were not working on Scorched Earth, would you guys have actually made your release date? And it kind of
it's true.
It's kind of weird for me because at the same time I understand they were going through a legal battle, and I don't know.
DLC before full launch is never. I don't know how their PR department thought this was going to be a good idea. Like, if you're in game preview, you release free updates that bring new and exciting aspects to your games to keep people playing your game while it's in preview until you can finish it and sell it to the general masses. You don't you do not slap a paid DLC on a game that is not done. I don't care if you only paid, like, I only paid because I bought Ark the week of release. I bought it for like $30 or whatever. I don't care that I paid $30 for it. I expect a finished product eventually, and releasing DLC before you finish the game is ridiculous. It's my same problem with buying seasons passes before you even know what the DLC is on games.
Or if you even like the game, people are going out and they'll spend $120 on a game, and this game sucks, and then you bought it digitally for $120 and you're screwed.
Yeah, exactly. And, like, it's not like with a preview game you can buy it and then trade it back in if you don't like it or it doesn't get made, or you're just stuck with it.
We can trade it back in?
No.
I would have been got rid of Ark. Oh, man, you got me excited for a second.
No, like if you could trade in digital preview games, if they never got made or anything, like, there's been games on Steam I've purchased before on Greenlight, and then it's like, oh, this is going to be an amazing game. Then all of a sudden the developers stop releasing updates, and you're like, oh, this is never going to happen. Oh, okay. But paid DLC before launch is a horrible PR move. Even if it's amazing DLC, it's a bad PR move.
Yeah. Here's the problem. The reason they'll do it and the reason they'll get away with it is because gamers are only vocal amongst each other. They're not vocal to the developer. The gamers just continue to shell out the money. I think this is a complete slap in the face, and it shows they don't really respect the intelligent gamer, because how can you? What makes you think I will buy something from you and you haven't even completed what I bought already? Makes no sense. Yeah. It's a slap in the face.
It is kind of an insult, though, because, I mean, like, for me, I do not buy games in preview unless I know they're either, A, going to definitely come out, or it's something where I look for some key factors before I even think about it. Like a game like The Long Dark or something like that, hell no. I'm not throwing anything down on that.
What's something that pissed me off? Okay, you know how much I enjoyed what's the robbery game? With
Payday?
The mask? Payday. I enjoyed the game. On this gen, when it got on this gen, it was broken, had issues. I had faith that they would eventually, it's not preview, I had faith that they would eventually fix the problems that the game has. I looked up today, and there's a whole new Payday bundle out for like $50. And I was like, wait a minute. And now, I haven't went back to Payday. Somebody tell me if it fixed? Is the Crime Wave edition I bought fixed? Because now I'm seeing there's another Payday on the Xbox store with a whole bunch of new DLC. And I'm like, what the hell is this? I don't even think they fixed the problems that we got about with the Crime Wave edition.
Actually, I play Payday at least once or twice a week, and it runs with no problems.
Time out, fam. Time out. You play Payday, you ain't telling me?
Yeah, you can tell us.
Yeah, I play Payday with the same group of guys every weekend.
What? Me and Anchor, before we stopped, because the game was broken, we was deep in them Payday streets.
Man, we were going around like completely neutralizing shit. Like we could take down a spot and we could literally tie up everyone, take out all the alarms. We could actually just start firing off into the sky because the cops were already tied up. Like like no one was gonna call the alarm or calling anyone else. So we were done.
And just for the correction, that new version of Payday 2 that's on the Xbox is I believe I have to double check, is to replace the first edition that came out. All that DLC you get free on Payday 2 anyway, because when Overkill went split from the original studio, they released all their original paywall DLC is now free.
Okay, so because I clicked it and I didn't see nothing that said free. All I saw the game, which was $49. I was like, BS, I already have this game, and I was saying stuff that said $5, $10. I'm like, what the hell is this? Okay, I own the game digitally.
I'll have to double check on that when I get on my Xbox after this.
I'll be honest, we got to click up then, because I don't mind getting, if it's fixed, I don't mind getting back on it because I love that game. As long as we can actually connect and get into a game with each other, because that was the worst part. Is a lot of times if you didn't have anybody, you were playing by yourself because you couldn't get into a game with anyone.
And the matchmaking was horrible.
Okay, see, I can't tell you whether the matchmaking is better. I can't tell you if the matchmaking's better or not because I play with the same three guys, right? So I can't tell you if the matchmaking is any better. Like, I don't play the game solo by any means because randoms just make my head ache.
Oh, I gotta agree there. Randoms are horrible.
Yep.
Usually,
if you don't have a mic, hell no. Like,
oh yeah, you get booted.
You're not playing. I'm kicking you out.
We're all sitting there with suits on and silencers. Next, some idiot joins in with full blown armor. Y'all, and he sends a message. Y'all running the gun.
Let me get my shotgun out. Where's my grenade?
That's the one thing I wish they'd change in Payday. I'm like level 80-something. I still don't have a damn silencer on any of my guns because I haven't got the lucky drop on them. I'm just like, this is so handy.
I like that.
That's one of my favorite aspects about the game.
Random. I love that.
Actually, no, sorry. I'm sorry. I have a silencer for like the crappiest pistol in the game. Never mind.
All right, so I'm looking at Payday 2 right now on the store. Let me check real quick because I own the game entirely. Let's see, there's the barbecue pack, all this side stuff. Yeah, okay, so there's the Payday 2 Crime Wave Edition, which is $20. Then there's the Big Score. It's Crime Wave Edition, the Big Score. And this is weird.
What the hell is the Big Score?
I don't know exactly. Okay, so it has the Point Break heist, the barbecue pack, the Gauge Ninja pack, the so-called crime wave, and yeah, so it basically has more stuff. And I don't think this is free.
Okay, because originally because
Yeah,
there's those
you gotta buy it
original.
for $5.
Yeah,
See, that's crap, dude.
Now
Yeah.
is it weapon packs again, or is it actual like map DLCs though?
Barbecue is
Because if barbecue is a flamethrower, I'm 100% buying that. I don't care. $5 for a flamethrower, I'm in.
it looks like it's new. It's just new weapons, but I don't see flamethrower on them. But basically, a new packs. It's basically more cosmetic stuff. Same thing with Gauge Ninja pack, and I think the Point Break heists are just new missions to do. Yeah, they're just new missions. Yeah, that's messed up. The fact that they really screwed over the original Crime Wave guys, and now they got more stuff, and yeah, that's depressing. Anyway, we'll check out some of the comments in the thing below. We'll see what we got going on. Let's see. You got one question, I think. From Jean Charles Bellinger, it says, I'm sure that the focus will be 90% on the Pro. The Pro is the new cool PS4 and will sell 4-1 versus the Slim. They did not made the Slim ugly for no reason.
Wow, dude, I haven't seen anyone like that's in the circle of people I actually talk to, like know people that actually bought that console. I haven't really seen no unboxing videos. Like it's like the redheaded stepchild of PlayStation.
Yeah, it's quiet.
This is like the Wii Mini. I told everyone when they announced the Slim it was going to be like the Wii Mini. It's the exact same thing. It's smaller. It's ugly looking. You really don't want it, and no one announced it with the PS4 Pro. They're just like shooting the Slim in the foot. It's like, oh, okay, you could have this, but you could have the higher powered one for this. It's like, oh, okay. Yeah. Like if the Slim had been a lot cheaper, like if they had gone like $250.
Well, it is technically a lot cheaper because the PlayStation was still $349.
Well,
the PlayStation 4 was still $349 until recently, until the Slim was announced.
See, a Slim where I'm at, because Canadian prices, a Slim's $350, PlayStation 4 Original's $440, and a PS4 Pro at GameStop is $550 plus tax.
Jeez. That makes no sense.
But also, like, our games are like $79.99, which are going up to $85.99 next month. So excited for that.
Oh, boy. All right. So, yeah, thanks for guys for being on the show. I don't think we have any other questions today.
Kept it short and sweet today. I like it.
I know, man. They're doing good. For those of you guys that are still watching us and you still want to go see what's going on, go check out the Next Level Gaming guys who are doing a podcast right now. They're doing an interview with one of the developers. Go and check them out at the original Next Level Gaming on YouTube. Go check them out. Give a shout out to Stinger and Monzu and the rest of those guys doing good work over there, staying out of that console war. So anyway, guys, thanks for everything. It's been an absolute blast. We'll do our outros now. I want to thank Nick for showing up today.
Always good to be around when I can be.
And I want to thank Fame.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Fame Entertainment. Thank you guys for watching. For those who are watching live, that's always appreciated. For those who are not watching live, thank you guys as well. Make sure everybody hit that like button. Smack the living hell out of it. Make sure you guys check out my channel, youtube.com/FameENT2K. I got some stuff I know you might like. Go check it out. And we do have a Gears of War 4 giveaway going. Make sure you guys check that out. Unfortunately, our WeCore giveaway has ended. We chose a winner on Friday. But yeah, man, we always got something to give away, something for you guys. If you guys check my Twitter handle, I'm literally giving out a game a week, or a couple of games a week. So make sure you guys go out and check out what I'm giving back to the community, man. Thank you guys for joining and watching. Take Multiverse.
Yep. All right, guys. Thanks for showing up. Next week, we should have something really interesting, something that the multiverse can only provide. We'll be a little more cryptic next week. And we'll see you guys later. This is Anchorman here with the greatest podcast on Mondays, Multiverse Podcast, episode 26, signing out. Goodbye.